Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Okay, so we have these last few hours of Dreamforce left, and I hope that you walk with something amazing from this session. So everyone is talking about AI here and about Agentforce. I'm going to talk about AI for your files, your images, and all kind of documents here. I'm Vishesh Singhal. I'm founder and CEO of a company called CloudFiles. CloudFiles is an app exchange partner of Salesforce, and we do everything related to your files in Salesforce. So we do everything related to document processing, document management, document generation. Okay, so let's start with what is AI for documents, what it can do for our files. Yeah. So you see, humans are very good at understanding documents and images. We don't need to be trained on certain formats or certain ways of documents. We can identify and understand almost all of them. So here you see some examples. If I ask you, is this a lion or an elephant, and you would say it has both. The elephant is on the left, lion is on the right. If I switch this, then we will identify that, okay, lion is this side, elephant is this side. They can be any color, any size, it doesn't matter to us, yeah? Same thing with your social security card. We can get the number out of it. It can be a blurred image. We would still understand this. If we are given a driver's license or a passport, we can tell which one is which, even if they are from different countries. And let's say you have a document that has expired. We can read the expiry date from anywhere. This can be on the top right, bottom left, anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't matter to us. But for computers, the story is not that simple. They, till now, did not understand this well. Computers needed everything to be structured. So you see, you have standard and custom objects in Salesforce. They are a certain way. You have to define it so computers can understand this. Then we had the JSON structures where, that is also a structured, loosely structured tables, rows, columns, so that computers could understand that. All of that was true until now. Now we have the AI that computers are as good, if not better, at reading and understanding the documents as well. And then computers are already good at so many other things. They are very fast. They can understand a lot of stuff. They also don't get bored. So now with AI and the computer's power, we can read files of any languages. We can process millions of documents in minutes. And using this, we can build a lot of automations. And we can have computers do a lot of non-intelligent work. So I say non-intelligent while the term is artificial intelligence. So I have an analogy for this. When calculators came, before that humans used to calculate. But now we have calculators do it because there's nothing intelligent about calculating. So same thing, looking at your files, verifying the information, getting the data out of them, putting that back in Salesforce. There's really not anything intelligent about it. It's the routine work which computers can do. And that's what we're going to talk about in this session. So a couple of use cases that I want to talk about is text extraction. So this is looking at a document, getting anything that I want out of it, and putting that back in our Salesforce system so that all the power of Salesforce can work on that data. Then we have document classification. So let's say you are collecting a bunch of documents from someone. Computers can now identify that which ones are collected, which ones are not, so we can follow up accordingly. We can also verify these files automatically. Are they expired? Is the name matching with person's name and all that, right? And then we also have the sensitive information reduction. So now with AI, there is more data in the world. There will be more data in the world. And we are saving that data forever because the storage cost is very low these days. And if you're keeping the sensitive customers' information, you are literally keeping it forever in your systems, which is really not a good idea. So using AI, we can also just remove all the sensitive information and just keep that redacted. Okay, now I'll bring this use cases to practical situations, real-life situations. So for example, in healthcare, we can read doctors' handwriting and even the prescriptions, and then we can streamline the billing and patient management. So AI can now even read doctors' handwriting. In finance industry, we can digitally process the invoices and receipts, and we can enhance the expense tracking, and we can ensure compliance. In legal work, we can classify documents, we can research for the relevant information, and that can help the legal worker in preparing the case. And now in the insurance industry, we can extract and classify claim documents, and we can accelerate the whole processing so that we can serve our customers quickly and in a better way. In the retail industry, you can automate your inventory management. For example, if you are getting a delivery receipt or any packing slip, you can now automatically process it, and you can update your CRM or whatever the system you are keeping your inventory management. And in education, we can identify students' record, we can classify them, digitize them, and we can improve our administrative process. And these are just some examples. This is not exhaustive list. Any industry that uses documents, which I think all of them do, AI can help them. So now I'm going to show you a demo. So this demo is set up on a Salesforce contact object, but we can set this up anywhere. It's only for this demo I'm using the contact object. Okay, so I'm going to upload some invoices here one by one, and I'll show you that how the AI can immediately understand and process these images. So first I'm going to put an invoice in English language. And you can see that this is an invoice written in English. The company's name is Turnpike Designs. There is amount in USD. There is certain amount, certain due date. And I want you to notice that the payment due is upon receipt, right? And I will show you that how AI can understand and actually find out which date it is due on. So if I refresh the page, it has created an invoice for me. And you see the due date is actually the same date as the invoice date, because AI understands that what upon receipt means. So now we are going to give it an invoice in French. So as I said, computers can read a lot of languages. So, this helps us identify any language, information in any language. So this is an IKEA invoice, and you see the amount here is in euros. The currency is euro. There is invoice number, invoice date. But this is a very different format of invoice from what we just saw. The good part about AI is now we don't need to even train it on the specific format. It will work with everything. So you see how easily it has identified that this is the invoice, this is the invoice number, the currency, the due date, and everything. So you see it has got all the information here. Now I'm going to challenge it a bit more. We are going to put a handwritten invoice. Okay, so I'm going to show you the invoice first. It's not really a great image and not a very good handwriting as well. You see there is a due date, which is 6th of January here. And there is the amount of invoice. There are a couple of other dates as well, which are not related to invoice due date. And you will also see that at the bottom of this, it says the payment terms are net 10 days, which is very far away from where the due date was written. And it's all in handwriting. The AI is smart enough to identify this, and it will calculate the due date 10 days from the invoice date. It has related that to these two information, and it did not get confused with the other dates that were in there. Right? So as you can see, this works very well. It has identified the date for us. 6th of January was the invoice date, and 16th of January is after 10 days, which is the payment due date. Okay, so I'm going to show you another use case here, which is of document collection. So we want to automate our document collection process. So we'll first create a document checklist for this contact. And I'm using simple Salesforce flows here. This can be customized to whatever your business process is. So you see here, I need a passport and a driver's license from my contact. And we created this. The status is pending for both of these. So I'm going to first upload a document. I'm not telling it whether it's a driver's license or a passport, but the AI is going to understand this automatically, that this was a driver's license. And it's going to extract the information, and it's going to verify the document. So for this demo, verification is based on whether the document is expired or not. I'm not matching person's name, but in real world, you would do that also. So here you see it has gotten all the information. It knows it's a driver's license. It has got the name and everything. And I'm just going to show you the actual document here. So it has very correctly identified the name of the person. It knows what the first name is, what the last name is. And this document, you see, it's not expired. It's expiring in 2029. So it has accepted it for us. And it says that this document is accepted. So now we are going to give it another document, and this time it's a passport. So you see this passport, I have intentionally made it so that it's an expired passport. It expired in 2014. And you see in all this processing, it's not depending on what the format of the document is. So you'll just refresh the page and you see it has gotten all the information, but it says the passport is rejected because it is expired. And it even put that in the comments that the document is expired, so I'm not going to accept it, right? So you don't need a human reviewer now to do all that work for you. Now we are going to give it another passport, which is not expired. It's a valid passport. And this one is a Swiss passport, as you will see in a bit. So this is in a different language, different format, but this one is not expired. So now the AI here would automatically be able to read that even if it's in a different language, and it now accepts it because it passes our expiry date check. You can add as many rules as you want here, and it would work with all those rules. And this is all done through simple Salesforce flows. So I'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, that's about the demo. Now you see how I built this. We have two Salesforce flow actions. I'll not get into the technical details of this. You can just simply process the document, get the OCR ID, and you can then query document. What this query document is, you just literally give it prompts in human language, and you can guide it. So you can say, okay, if it's not a date in American format, give it to me in American format, and it would understand that. I use this here for my demo when I said that I want the actual date of the invoice when it's due. I don't want net 10 terms or upon receipt, and it understands that. So this was about CloudFiles AI. I'll talk a little bit about features here. So you can use CloudFiles document AI to extract text from your files just using natural language prompts, and you can automate it all. You can classify documents automatically. You can use Salesforce flows to automate the data entry. So you no longer have to have a human reviewer who is doing the boring work of looking in the documents and putting it back in Salesforce. You can automatically verify the documents now. All you have to do is just define the rules, and it will verify the documents for you. You don't need to train it on any type of formats. It works with everything. Think of it just like if you show humans different type of documents, we would understand. Just like that, AI also understands it now. It doesn't need to be trained on your specific document. It works with even handwriting, even doctor's handwriting. It identifies it very well. And it works with all language, which we can do yet. Now, when we talk about AI, we also need to talk about the trust about AI. So with CloudFiles AI, you don't have to worry about your data privacy because we have taken care of it. It's the core of this software. Your data is never stored with us. Your files are never with us. We never used our data to train our systems. We have trained our systems on millions of documents which we generated automatically, or we read it from internet, all the publicly available documents, but your documents are not used to train our systems. And at the same time, with the new age AI, there's this problem of hallucinations where AI can sometimes get too creative and give you wrong results, but not with CloudFiles AI because we have another agent that makes sure that whatever you are asking, it makes sense. It's there in the document. So there is a verification agent. And if at all it cannot find the answer, it's going to return a null, which we can handle in our automations. And we can then have the human to review that. And that happens really very rarely. And to guarantee all these things that I showed you, we have got all the compliances like the GDPR, HIPAA for our medical industry, SOC 2 Type 2, and all the ISO certifications. We are also in the process of getting FedRAMP compliance. That should happen soon. And you can get all of this information from our trust portal, which is at trust.cloudfiles.io, where you can access all these documentation. A little bit more about what CloudFiles can do for you. So CloudFiles is everything to do with files in your Salesforce. We have the document AI, which I just showed you. We also have document management. So let's say if you work with any storage, which I'm showing here, say SharePoint, AWS S3, Google Drive, OneDrive, you can connect your Salesforce with them. You can upload files in Salesforce, have them outside of Salesforce, stored in your SharePoint or any other platform. It's bidirectional, and it also provides you a lot of automation. So you can say, okay, when this happens in Salesforce, say, if I convert a lead, automatically generate an invoice, put it in this folder in SharePoint, we do that. We also do document generation. It's a new age document generation. You can have templates. You can have merge data from Salesforce, merge fields, and we will create on-brand documents for you completely automatically. Little bit about the company. We are a Salesforce AI startup partner. We have a product suite across documents. We are market leaders in Salesforce document automation. We are rated 5-star on App Exchange. And we have customers across the world in North America, in UK, Europe, Australia.